Ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 week away from finishing shooting on This Is Us. It's winding down. It's been an amazing 6 years. Sets are being torn down, but the memories will last forever.
While Sterling K. Brown continues his social media countdown of This Is Us finishing shooting, us, the audience, still has 4 more episodes to see. But for Justin Hartley, the 5th last episode that we just saw was the end for him. And no, don't worry, I don't mean that he's leaving the show before the series finale. I mean that he Instagrammed those 2 words after Tuesday's episode where he finally got back together with his person, his lobster, Sophie.
You're finally the man that I always knew you possibly could be.
Even though there are still 4 episodes to go, Justin tells Variety that rest assured, there's not going to be any last-minute drama between Kevin and his childhood love. It's safe to assume that they have found their peace and they've found their partner, and it was always the same person all along, and through a bunch of missteps and immaturity that played a huge role. Just being insecure and self-absorbed and all that, as far as Kevin is concerned, Sophie just got there a lot sooner than Kevin did. I think Kevin has been able to catch up and meet her exactly where she is. I always thought it was inevitable, and the trajectory of Kevin's story across 6 seasons, that he would end up with Sophie. Now granted, in this final run, they really did make a good case for Cassidy, and I love that scene that they had in this last episode where Cassidy defined who they are.
You're not my person, and I'm not yours, and you know that. But you're pretty much my best friend.
Justin told Variety how valuable those relationships have been in forming the Kevin we now know after 6 seasons. All of those relationships, they tell a story, and it actually adds to the richness of and earns Kevin the right to go back to Sophie, and earns Sophie the right to trust Kevin again. It's a really beautiful, full circle story.
I've always carried you with me, Soph.
Alexandra Breckenridge says that this reunion is a long time coming. I think it was always the plan for them. We've been talking about Kevin and Sophie coming back together for a while. The initial plan was for her to come back in a larger capacity a couple seasons ago, but shooting her other show, Virgin River, got in the way, on top of the COVID protocols which prevented her from flying back from Canada where she shoots Virgin River to be on This Is Us every once in a while. But Alexandra believes it all worked out as it was supposed to, saying, you've got 2 people that were able to develop as whole humans on their own. It's so much better when people can be fully formed when they enter back into a relationship, especially given their history and given how many times Kevin has broken Sophie's heart. He really needed that time to find himself. So ultimately, I think it's still very satisfying when they come together. Yes, it was. But she admitted to Glamour that reading the script for this episode had her on the edge of her seat too. I went on this huge emotional roller coaster watching Kevin with all these different women. I was like, what's going to happen? Even though I knew what was going to happen, I definitely cried a little bit when I finished the episode, but I was just really excited. I was like, people are going to go crazy. This is fantastic. Alexandra showed on her Instagram story that, yeah, fans went crazy. Sterling K. Brown and Mandy Moore shared some of the behind-the-scenes shots of the much applauded moment of reconciliation. So as we head to the end of This Is Us, TV's most beloved family is on the cover of a special edition of Entertainment Weekly. Chrissy Metz tweeted the shot, writing, "Still takes me a second to process every time I see Goodbye and This Is Us next to each other. Thank you for the Pearson family love, EW." Did Kevin and Sophie finally finding their way back to each other help you prepare to say goodbye?